for example, in my language arts class, we always use the same website, and I think you should have many different ones for the same subject, because it gets boring doing the same thing over and over. And that's what some people start messing around in my classes, because they already did it and they have to start over because they have nothing else to do. So they should add more websites.
I think all the kids should have like a variety of websites to choose, like if they're using technology in classes. Like they give us like 4 websites, like always the same 4 websites. And then like she said, you get bored with it and then you goof off and you get unfocused. So like if we had more websites to use, we would have more information and less time to goof off.
But last year, I loved this. We used it in my reading class. It's called Cranium Core, and this is on our personal devices. And basically, my teacher, she got the computer and stuff, and she pulled up the Cranium Core, and we all got our phones. We linked to the account, and it asked us a question, like about literary terms, just some, like static, dynamic characters and stuff like that. And then we answered it on our phones and stuff, and like you click the right answer, and then it told you if you got it right or wrong, and then it was sort of like a competition, because we you made it like a group of 3, and then you named your team, and you get points for each question, and whoever had the highest points at the end won. So that was a good website that helped us learn, and it was fun at the same time too. So
do you guys have any problems with everything being separated, like your grades are in eSembler, everything else is in Canvas for the classes? How do you guys feel about that?
Okay, I like all the websites, but it gets kind of confusing because you have all these usernames and passwords to remember, and you don't know which one's for which website. But, like, it would be nice if there was a website where you could check your grades, do a quiz, and everything on one site.
Okay. No, and then we'll go back to you, Matt.
Like she was saying, it is actually good, like for major ones about grades. I'll keep that separate, but for like almost everything else, like I remember like last year we had like 2 websites for like math and then Edmodo, and we always had like a couple assignments on both, and I always forget which one is which, and we always had like different passwords. So I would say like keep like major ones, like major subjects like grading and tests and appointments or something like that, onto one website and have the same password and name for the other one.
Okay.
I prefer it on actually multiple websites, because if one website's say not working, say Assembler doesn't work, and if Assembler held all of your things and you had homework on Assemblers, can't do my homework, got a 0. So if you have a test on there, you have to take it the next day. So you have multiple websites that, like, if you have homework on Canvas and Canvas doesn't work, then you can check it on Assembler and write it maybe. But I prefer the multiple websites, because if one doesn't work, then you still have options to go to.
Okay.
Well, I've collaborated with my classmates on Canvas. If I miss an assignment, like my civics teacher, he's going to the modules thing to show us like how to open it, and I forget which section exactly we're doing. You just open a discussion, be like, hey, does anyone remember, where the section where our civics teacher told us to go today? And then, they usually respond because they're trying to get on there too. And, if you do an assignment, and then you can just copy and paste it and put it on discussion. You're like, yo, that's my cool project. So, and then you can do that.
Language arts class, we use Quizlet, which helps us with our vocabulary words, because each day we do like about 8 or 10. And sometimes it doesn't help, because it is when you use the iPads with it, you do it alone, and sometimes it's more fun or more interesting if you try like a competition with friends, or like you'll be more eager to learn about them. And the tests that you take, sometimes they don't even tell you what words to put there. You just have to know them by memory, and sometimes that doesn't help.
Okay. So let's go back to what Catalina was saying for a second. Let's go back to talking about when you're using things like Quizlet or Kahoot or Socrative or things like that to do quizzes and answer questions. You said that when you're working alone, it's not as much fun as when you have a group of people. Is that something that most of you guys are finding out, that if we do activities like this, would you like to work individually with the iPad, or would you like to work with a partner or two as you're going through these kind of activities? No?
I think like when I'm working with somebody, it's more interactive. But like when I'm at home by myself, it's like even if I work alone in school sometimes, and it just matters about like what I'm learning. Not what I'm learning, it's like how I'm reading it. It's like what you saying. I used to do that like last year, just read a whole thing, and I would completely forget it because two things. It's not being told to me. I'm not understanding it because it doesn't give like great examples sometimes, and it's not interactive at all. It's like some things need to be interactive, like a video. That's like it gets me kind of interactive in it.
Khan Academy.
Yeah, and I like Khan Academy gets you into it. There's like little things, gives you great examples. It gets you into it even if you're by yourself. And when you're with somebody, that just enhances it.
All right. Matt?
Yeah, I prefer group activities with technology or really just anything. Because when you're working by yourself, you know, you're just on your iPad, you're just silent. It's like, you know, you can't, like, it's just so quiet in the classroom. And, you know, whereas if you're working with your shoulder partner, then, you know, you guys you're more like engaged in the lesson because you guys are like, oh yeah, group activity, you know, let's do this. And then, is what I'm saying making sense, really?
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
Okay, but like one last site, my science teacher used Study Island. Like you know, you read a section about your lesson and then you answer a few questions on it. It's just, it didn't really like connect with me because it's like, I don't really know how to describe it, but I just didn't feel like I was getting, because it
Not interactive.
Full opportunity.
yeah, like a full opportunity to explain, because it was, you know, just multiple choice. Like I like long response answers, and you know, I don't like writing a lot, but I like giving my full thought and ideas into the answer. So